Stop chasing. Look, it's Marcel, aka Honey Bunny Sunny, and you know I'm on a mission to make you some money. Today, episode 4 of Off the Charts. Okay, now before we jump into this video, if you are new, it's your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button. Right? Matter of fact, wait till the end, and if this was valuable, hit that subscribe button. For everybody else, let's like and comment to get this into the algorithm so that it can get out to everybody that needs it, okay? Now, today is episode 4 of Off the Charts, and you know that Off the Charts is a series that I'm putting together of things that you can do off the charts that will bring you better results on the charts. These are more, intuitive things, more internal work that has so much to do with you being successful on the charts and in trading. Okay, so I put together 3 steps that you can take to start following your heart, right? The way I see it is that your heart is more like the indigenous, right? Follow me. And your head or your mind is more like Christopher Columbus, right? Some people may not like this analogy, but it's so real and it's so true when you pay attention to what I'm saying. All right, so your heart is the indigenous, meaning it's already there, right? It's already native. It already knows. It's all knowing. It's connected to God. It's connected to source, right? Your head thinks it knows, and it comes later, and it also may get the credit, but in reality, your heart is what really leads the way. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to follow your heart and give you 3 steps on how to do that. Okay, let's get into it. Now, step number 1 is to find a quiet place, right? It's extremely important if you want to start following your heart that you set this up for yourself. In a world that is so loud, noisy, information flying at you left and right, you can scroll your life away, right? Family, work, right? There's so many things that just hijack your time. You need a quiet place, a place where you can retreat to for at least 5 to 10 minutes starting out to just be with yourself, be with your thoughts, and start to ask yourself some questions, okay? A question that I recommend you asking yourself is, what would I do if nobody were to judge me? How would I be spending my time if nobody were to judge me? What do I feel the most connected to? All right? Once you get through that, then you can move on to step 2, right? Step 2 is taking a micro action, okay? You don't have to swing for the fence. We talk about this a lot in trading. You don't have to swing for the fence, but just do something that intuitively came to you and just let it be, right? So if there's something that you've been wanting to do, something that you've even been curious about, just taking one micro action, like sending an email, looking that thing up, going to that car dealership, whatever, right? Buying, a keyboard if you want to start learning how to play the piano. Just doing one micro step is something that's really, really going to start to build that momentum for you. All right, once that momentum starts to build, that's when the confidence starts to, seep in, right? And then that takes you to your 3rd step, which is creating a proof loop, okay? You have to create this for yourself. Confidence, it comes from things being repeated and then you having proof and then that happening over and over, that cycle looping itself, right? You try something that's from your heart, not using your mind, not using your brain, not being logical, but following that inclination that you had in your heart to do something, and then you do it and then nothing bad happens. That's proof. God forbid something great happens, and I'm gonna tell you a secret. Usually when you follow your heart, you'll find that you will be surprised by synchronicity and great things taking place, right? A lot of times we think that we have to think through everything. We have to be logical with everything. Yes, that is important in certain parts of the process, certain parts of the execution. But when it comes to the direction and where you want to go, that's usually the heart that leads the way on it. Okay, now you might be asking yourself, like, how do these 3 steps connect to trading? Well, it's very simple. There's a lot of times that we have intuition or these intuitive moments or these moments in our heart to do something. And I can already hear people now saying that's not a good strategy to follow your heart in trading. I'm not saying your heart alone, but when you've followed your strategy and you've implemented certain things, it's your intuition and your heart that separates you from other traders. It's you intuitively knowing when to get out, intuitively knowing when it's not a good time to trade, right? Yes, these things can be, hinted at through technicals, but what gives you an edge is also the human that's coming and actually doing the trading, the human being that you are. This is the reason that some people tend to just do way better in certain things with having the same information as the next person. Okay, so we want to continue to work on ourselves, right? Follow your heart, tap into your intuition, get some practice, build some muscle memory with just being like, yeah, right? Saying yes to your heart. When you start to close that off, you find yourself working in opposition of who you truly are. And that's when you start seeing people aging. You start seeing people with regret. You start seeing all these negative emotions that can also negatively impact any trade that they're taking, right? And that's a double entendre. I'm talking about whatever trade or like what type of technical trade they want to be in, and actually day trading pertaining to stocks. So listen, follow your heart, and remember, invest smart, live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.